Welcome to session number 3 for SLS Together Weekend on the hotspot topic of distracted driving. And so today we are going to talk about how to communicate your message when it comes to safe driving. But before we jump into that, we are going to kick things off to do a little fun, because when you communicate your message, you have to have fun while doing it. So to kind of kick us off and introduce who our special guest is, Kenzie will go ahead and take the floor.
Okay, you guys know Joel. He sounds like a pretty fun guy. I'm really excited. He's gonna show you guys some tricks. Okay, there you go, Joel.
Kenzie, that was an incredible introduction. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me, Dawn. Great to see everybody. I'm here once again to kickstart your mind with magic. As a matter of fact, we're going to play with all of your minds all at once today. I'm going to ask you to think of a series of things, and in the end, if all goes well, we're going to get a humongous, magical surprise. It does involve a little bit of math. Who hates math like me? I mean, besides, you don't really have to know that much math, do you? We just have our smartphones in our pockets anyway, right?
Right.
Anything you want to look up. Let's do some math without calculators. I'm going to ask everybody to think of things, and you just think of them and don't share them until I ask you to. Everybody think of any number from 1 to 10. Right now in your own mind, from 1 to 10. So Kenzie, you think of one, your friend next to you thinks of whatever else. Everybody right now, think of any number from 1 to 10. You're thinking of a number. Take that number, multiply it by 9. Multiply your number by 9. If you got to use your smartphone for that, you could cheat if you want. So you're thinking of a new number. Whatever number you're thinking of, if it's a 2-digit number, add those 2 digits together to make a new number. If your number is still a 2-digit number, add those numbers together to make another number. Everybody's thinking of a number right now. In your heads, subtract 5. Subtract 5. Now, you're thinking of another number because you just subtracted 5. Whatever number you're thinking of, I'd like you to think of the corresponding letter in the alphabet. So if you're thinking of the number 1, you think of A. If you're thinking of the number 2, it would be B. 3, C, so on and so forth. So now you're thinking of a letter. It's in your head. Don't tell anybody. Now I'd like everybody to think of a country that starts with your letter. Think of a country that starts with your letter. Stay with me, stay with me. Now, whatever country you're thinking of, I'd like you to think of the second letter of that country. Whatever country you thought of, the second letter of that country, concentrate on that letter. Think of an animal that starts with that letter. Everybody's thinking of something. You're thinking of an animal that starts with that letter. Now think of the color of that animal. And I want everybody to concentrate on the color of that animal. Are you thinking of a gray elephant in Denmark?
Yeah!
Booyah! Check that out. Thank you very much, everybody. Joel Tacey signing off. Kickstarting your mind with magic. You guys enjoy your Thursday, and I'll see you here again tomorrow.
Bye. Thanks, Joel.
Thank you, Dawn. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
That was awesome.
Period.
All right. So, were you all? I was totally lost. Were you all really thinking of a gray elephant?
Yeah, no, I was thinking of the Dominican Republic in an otter.
Okay.
I can't find an animal that starts with a U.
Arabella, you were thinking.
I was thinking of Denmark, a gray elephant.
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking of a gray elephant in Denmark. I can't believe it.
Okay, did you have an elephant in there?
No, mine was the Dominican Republic and an octopus.
Okay,
Octopus. I
Marilyn.
didn't even think of that.
I was like,
I didn't know if the Dominican
I
Republic was a country, so I was
had-
like, is Dominican Republic a country? I don't know.
Marilyn, were you thinking of a gray elephant?
No.
No. Okay.
Wait, I think
can't
he
find
read my
animals.
mind because I was actually thinking of Denmark and the gray elephant.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was really hard. For one, I'm terrible in geography, so I could not think of a country. So I was lost at that. I was okay with the math.
My brother, he wanted to come in because he's trying to learn magic. So he came in and watched, but it's like he also studies countries. So I'm like, Zach, what's a country that starts with the letter D? And he's like, Denmark. And I was like,
Denmark.
okay, Denmark. And then it's like, E, that would be like elephant. And I was like, they're gray. And it's like, that's so cool. He just read my mind.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Cool. All right. Today, so who can kind of give us a recap of what were some things that Kenzie during session 1 and 2 had kind of talked to us about when it comes to safe driving? What were some key things that we had talked about in those sessions? Arabella?
Places where you could put your phone.
Okay, and what was a couple of places where you put your phone that we talked about?
You could put it in the glove box, or I'd say in your purse, or on off, like on the silent.
Okay, yep. All right. Anybody else? Miriam?
We learn about safe and unsafe driving habits.
Okay, learn about
So-
safe and unsafe driving.
So a
pattern.
safe one would be learning about, unsafe is eating while driving.
Okay, good. Anybody else? Something to remember? Marilyn, what's something that Kenzie had talked about in the first couple of sessions about safe driving?
Well, we pretty much learned like what Miriam said, but basically like we learned like stay like 5 seconds far away when you're driving.
Okay, yep, all right. I remember one of the sessions we had talked about what to do if you notice an impaired driver on the road. Either they're impaired from alcohol, marijuana, or other drugs. What were some key things that Kenzie said would be good to do? Marilyn?
Make note of the license, like the plate or whatever, and then get like the color of the car, pull far away from like that certain car, and then like the last location it was seen at, and then like call the police and tell them all that information.
Okay, yep. Arabella?
Call the police.
Call the police. Okay, all right, good. All right, so that was a good recap of some of the things that we had learned and talked about during session 1 and 2. So today we're going to talk about how are we going to take that stuff that we learned, that Kenzie kind of talked to us about, and how are you going to communicate that to others? So what are the key messages that we're going to take away? And so to kind of get us kind of thinking and brainstorming of ideas, we're going to look at and hear different ways that other students like you were able to share a message on safe driving. So to start us off, all right, the speaker that's going to share a message on distracted driving that she wrote and that she's going to present to us, and she did this through a speech. So Kenzie, the floor is yours.
Oh, I was muted. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yep,
Like,
go
good?
ahead. Yep, go ahead.
Driving. It is something you look forward to when you turn 16. It is also one of the biggest responsibilities you will ever have. No one says, I want to be an unsafe driver. So what happens in and out of the car that leads to unsafe driving? The 3 most important things to focus on while driving is your visuals, your sounds, and your movements. With just one slight movement or taking your eyes off the road, even for a second, could make you lose control and seriously hurt someone or yourself. Sound is also important because someone could be honking at you to warn you about something, or even a police car or an ambulance could be coming and you have to move out of the way. You have to always be focused on the road at all times with your eyes and your ears. While driving, it only takes a second for a disaster to happen. Car distractions include loud music, texting, talking, and eating. One of the most important things to recognize is who you have in the car with you. If your friends are in the car and they want to listen to loud music, you have to be the one that tells them no and to keep it on a reasonable level. You as a driver have this responsibility, but you also have this responsibility if you are a passenger. Did you hear that? A passenger. If you are a passenger, you have responsibilities to be safe and help the driver be safe. You also need to pay attention to road signs, especially if it's dark outside. Always follow speed limits. If you don't know where you're going, always be sure to pull over to figure it out. Never figure it out while you're driving because that's a big distraction. Always keep both eyes on the road and do not fidget with the radio or any buttons on your car. Always be sure to lock your doors when you get in and also check your back seat and car surroundings before getting in your car. Never offer rides to strangers. Always make sure that you are in a good state of mind while driving. Don't drive impaired, upset, or angry. Driving a car is one of the biggest responsibilities we have, and it can be the most dangerous. Always drive safe and never distracted.
All right, round of applause to Kenzie. Excellent, excellent. All right, so let's see if you were paying attention to Kenzie. What were some key things that you took away from her speech? What were some key messages that she had in there? Arabella.
While driving, it is important to focus on the road, and even taking eyes off of road for 1 minute can make you lose control. If you don't know where you're going to pull over to figure it out, and don't pick up random people.
Okay, all right, excellent. Anybody else? What was a key thing that stuck out to you that Kenzie had in her speech? Miriam or Marilyn?
Marilyn said something in the chat.
Oh.
She said sound matters.
Ooh, sound matters. Okay, all right. What do you mean by that, Marilyn? Oh, like for police. Okay, all right, excellent. Very good. All right, Miriam?
The driving, her overall speech just said that driving is a responsibility and you have to be cautious while you're driving and be responsible.
Okay, yeah, cautious and responsible. Okay, all right. What were some key things that she mentioned regarding the passenger?
Sorry, I couldn't hear because my family was being super loud.
Okay, so Arabella, my question was, what were some of the key things that Kenzie mentioned regarding passengers?
No, what I meant is that I couldn't hear that part of her speech.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Anybody? What were some key things she said about the passengers?
To be mindful of the driver.
Yep, to be very mindful of the driver.
Not to be distracted.
Okay. Yep, not to be distracted. All right, excellent. Very good. All right, so I want to show you some photos and graphics and a couple of videos that have to do with safe driving that was created by high school students, just like you, to help them to communicate the messages. Do you want to look at photos first or videos?
Photos.
Photos? All right, so we'll do photos first. All right, so let me share my screen here. All right, and here we go. All right, so here's the first one. This was from Marion High School up north by Cadillac. All right, so tell me, what's the key message in this photo regarding driving?
Drive safe.
Drive safe. All right, so simple, right? They used a tire and then they used Scrabble letters to get the message across. So there's one.
To always look forward while you're driving and not to look anywhere else.
Yeah, so keep your eyes focused, right, in front of you and what's on the road. Yep. So very good. What about this one?
It says that if you're driving, let's say you could run over a dog.
Okay. All right.
To never text and drive, and because you could hurt yourself and others and put
Yeah.
yourself in danger.
Right. This was from Manchester High School. And so when we think of text and driving, we usually think of other people, don't we? Like when we think of if we text and drive and we get in a car accident, it would involve other people. Not too often do we think how would it impact animals, right? How would it impact animals? So I liked this one because it was outside the box of your normal message with using a dog. All right, so this one right here, and again, there's a lot of information on this one, but this was a great idea. This was from Marion High School too. And what they did was they put this together, and this was a placemat that they put in all their local diners, all their local restaurants. They got permission and they gave restaurants these placemats. And so when people sat down at the restaurant to eat, they read this safe driving message. So you can kind of see there's a visual with the crashed car, and then it had facts. It had facts. It had the 3 types of distracted driving, which was the cognitive. So that's the thought process, the visual, the sight, and the manual. Okay. And so this was a clever idea, because one thing that people do when they're waiting for their food is they read things, right? They're either on their phone, they're reading advertisements in the restaurant. So this was a really, really good idea for that. All right, so those are the 3 photos. All right, so the videos, I really like these videos that you're gonna watch, okay? And all 3 of them I'm gonna show you are very different. So let's see, we're gonna go ahead and let's do this. Not that one. All right. Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I did something wrong. I thought so. I thought you were gonna say that. I did something wrong. All right, try this again. Here we go. All right, so tell me about that one. What are your thoughts on that video? Arabella?
It gave a lot of information.
Okay, it was very informative. Yep. Anybody else?
They gave you a lot of like percentages and stuff on like different things.
Okay, give you percentages. Miriam?
I like all the information. It definitely kept me more like aware of the stuff that's going on. So
Okay. Anybody else? Marilyn is? There was a lot of deaths. Okay. All right. So they pointed out that. Okay. All right.
Were a lot higher than I thought they were gonna be.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of.
Scary. Yeah, kind of scary. Yeah. Okay.
one little thing that you do can make a big impact.
One little thing you can do to make an impact. Yeah, absolutely. Fine. All right. Let's do this other one here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Let's see if I can get to it. Hold on. Come on. A minute. Can I? Let's try it this way here. All right.
Hi everyone, let me introduce you to my friend. His name is Bob. Everyone say, hi Bob. Bob is 17 and lives with his parents in Canton, Michigan. Dresses nicely, of course. Texting while driving. It's a big problem in the United States today. Now, every day, Bob drives to school in his red car, and let me tell you, it is like no other. He takes Beck Road every day to get to school. He has a girlfriend, her name is Brittany. She has a dog named Kat, and unlike most couples, they met on Facebook. Like most girls, Brittany, she loves the drives to the mall, hang out with her boyfriend there like every other girl. Now, did you know 11 teens die every day from texting while driving? That's 3,000 teens every single year. Now, of course, Bob being the stud that he is, he decides to call up Brittany. Hey Brittany, do you want to go to the mall?
Yeah, I'd love to.
But that response, of course, you know what's next. Bob gets into his red car and drives himself to the mall. Once there, he texts Brittany, are you almost there?
Yeah, I'll be there in 10.
People lose loved ones every single day. Now, Bob is actually getting kind of sad because it's been over an hour and Brittany has yet to show up. But Bob, being the good boyfriend and sexy man he is, he continues to wait. January 11, 2016. Rest in peace, Brittany. It only takes seconds to kill someone. One text can kill you as well. Life can be short if you make dumb choices. You must appreciate every single moment you get. Texting makes a crash 23 times more likely. Remember that no text is worth that. People have survived many years in cars without using a phone. That means you can as well. Even if it's from your great grandma, it can wait until you are in park. So put the phones down. You don't want to live like Bob does, knowing the fact that his girlfriend is dead from a single text. We all know that texting while driving is dangerous, but did you know it was worse than driving under influence of alcohol? We don't want to be like Brittany, 6 feet under. Let the text wait.
All right. So tell me about that one. That one's kind of different. Yeah, Miriam?
It was basically saying no matter how serious the situation is, don't text while driving because it could lead to a bigger situation.
Okay. Marilyn, what were your thoughts on that one? I think she's typing. Arabella, any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I'd say like I kind of liked how they it was like the little people and how they gave facts in between.
Okay. So Marilyn said there was a lot of deaths and how over a text you can easily lose someone. All right. Miriam?
Didn't it say like it's more likely for you to die over texting while driving than alcohol under the influence? Right?
They said it was just as dangerous
Oh, okay, yeah.
driving under the influence of alcohol
Okay.
as it is texting. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Did you like that video how they used like the animation? I thought that was kind of creative.
Yes, I liked it.
Yeah. Kept people's attention. All right. Okay, I got one more video. Let's see if I can get to it here. All right, go back here. There it is. All right, this was from Lakeland High School.
Bye, Mom. I'll see you tonight.
Okay, class, today we're going to be working on our partner projects. I'd like you to find your groups, please.
I'm stressed. We have 8 dresses, but we need 20.
Maybe we'll just do some more promoting. I don't know. I gotta go home. My mom wants me home by 3:30.
All right. Thanks for all the help. Drive safe.
Yeah.
What's your emergency?
I just hit someone. I don't know what happened.
Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
Is the other person okay?
I don't know. Just hurry.
Were you on your phone or intoxicated?
No. I wasn't on my phone. Just hurry.
All right, so what are your thoughts on that one?
Did he just lie and say he wasn't on his phone?
Oh, when he called 911?
Yeah.
Okay, he did.
Why you do that?
He was probably scared, but oh my gosh, he shouldn't have lied.
Okay. Yep. So he was
But
scared.
also, I feel like that was a bad time for them to ask, have you been on your phone or intoxicated when there was somebody hurt? Because, I don't know, that was just, I feel like that was a bad time to ask that question.
Okay. Now you do know it was a video they made. It wasn't a real.
No, I know,
Oh,
but
okay.
like, I'm just saying, like, if that was a real situation, I feel like that would not happen. I
Okay.
don't think that would have happened.
Gotcha. All right. Anybody else? What were your thoughts on that video? Yeah, Arabella.
I thought that it was a little harsh. It would scare you into doing it.
It would scare you into doing it?
Not into like being a safe driver, because I thought that video was a little harsh.
Okay. All right. A little harsh. What was harsh about it, Arabella?
Because it's like because it's like he hit that girl that he was with.
Okay.
It's like yeesh.
Okay. Yeah, scary, right? She was his lab partner in class or whatever they were partnering up with, and then he ended up hitting her because he wasn't paying attention to the road. All right. So those are some samples.
Yeah, and after she said drive safe.
Right. Yes. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely. So those are some samples of messages that other students have created to kind of help, get their message or their word across about safe driving. All right. So a lot of those videos were focused on distracted driving. Okay. Many of them were focused on distracted driving, but we know that there's other things that happen that cause unsafe driving that's not distractions. So what are some other ones that's not a distraction on the road with texting, but could lead to dangerous driving? Arabella?
I'd say if you're super sad or mad about something.
Okay, yeah, so the emotional aspect, yep, absolutely. All right, as well as alcohol and other drugs as well. All right, okay, so now that our brain is cooking a little bit with different ideas of maybe messages or projects that we can do, before we can decide what kind of project we want, we have to first determine what is the message that we really want to get out there, okay? And so we're going to talk about what are you going to say? So what are the key things that you're going to make sure you get across? That's the most important with your topic. And then how are you going to say it? All right. And so the first thing you have to figure out is who is going to be your target audience? Is it going to be peers? Is it going to be the administration? Is it going to be parents? So who is the target audience? Once you figure that out, then you got to channel in on what your message is going to be. So what are you going to say? What are the key things? And then how are you going to say it? In terms of, are you going to do visuals? How are you going to present it? What are you going to look like when you present it? All right. So those are the two things that we're going to focus on. All right. And so I'm going to break you up into two groups. One group will get the target audience of your peers. Okay. So what message do you want to make sure that you get across to your peers? So what are the key things? What are you going to say? And then how are you going to say it? And then the other group will get the target audience of the community. All right. Because who else drives besides teens? Who else is on the road? Adults, right? Parents, okay?
Definitely not me. I don't drive.
Right, not yet, but you will. You're a passenger, okay? So our other target audience is the community, for the parents, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and break you up and talk. All right, so let's start with the audience of your peers, okay? So, Arabella's group. Are you talking, Arabella?
Sure. If
Okay.
everybody's okay with that.
All right.
We have a lot, just so you know.
Okay. So let's start with, what are you gonna say? So what are the key themes
Okay.
for the message?
Don't text and drive. Don't drink or eat while driving. Keep eyes and mind on the road. Places to put your phone where the silence button is on your phone. Don't put on makeup while driving. Don't speed. Control road rage. Don't. Oh, we have that twice. What to do if you see an impaired driver. Rights and wrongs like seat belts and stuff. How to be a safe passenger. How to avoid distractions. No loud music. How to adjust your seat, how to change a tire, and how to tell people not to distract you.
Okay, so looking at that list, what is the number one main thing you want to make sure you get across to your peers?
Don't text and drive.
Okay, don't text and drive. All right, what if they're the passenger though?
Then the passenger part of it, how to be a safe passenger.
Okay. All right. What about how are you gonna say it?
Okay. Facial expressions, body language, a skit, a workshop, a presentation, a book, a film, a pamphlet, a poem, a song, a scene, a picture, a drawing, a poster, a speech, or a music video.
Music video. Oh, that's cool. Tell me about that.
I don't know, you could create a song and say, don't text and drive, don't drive like that. And so you create a song and then you could do like a dance to it.
I love that idea. Yeah, like that's a creative thing for a project. And you could play that in schools, right? You could play it over the announcements. You could have it going on the computer screens in the classrooms and in the lunchrooms. You could do a lot with that. You could get it on the radio, your local TV station. I love that idea. And then in that song, put in all the key points of how to be a safe driver. Absolutely. Whose idea was that?
Mine.
It was? Okay. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, it's different. It's different than a poster. It's different than a, speech or a video or a pamphlet. So that's cool. I really like that. All right. What about the other group, the community? Well, that was Marilyn and Inez. Who's talking?
Oh my God, I'm not on mute. Sorry.
Talk about it because I don't remember half the stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
Marilyn, she's throwing you under the bus here.
Well, it's fine. It's fine. So for the key things, we put how easy it could be to lose someone. Basically, like what Izzy said was like, you have to make sure that like if you're texting someone, like they're not driving or anything, because if they were to get into an accident and they were to die, basically you don't want to think like, oh, it's all my fault and feel guilty for texting that person. And then for how we would say it, we said like billboards and like signs and flyers, like the basics.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Very good. I don't know if you heard on the news, I think it was yesterday or the day before, the governor announced that December officially is Drug Driving Awareness Month. Did anybody hear that? That she made December?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Drug Driving Awareness Month is now in December. All right. Why do you think she did that in the month of December? Just curious. Why do you think, Arabella?
The holidays. Oh, sorry.
Because there's a lot of snow and it's harder to drive and there's ice on the roads, and also because it's like there's holidays and everything, and because yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Miriam?
Well, basically, it's the holidays, New Year's and Christmas. You travel. You want to get lit, so I guess people drink while they drive. and yeah.
Okay, so you notice she said drugged. So it doesn't just mean alcohol, but.
Wait, what did you say? Drugged?
Drugged, D-R-U-G-G-E-D. Okay, Marilyn?
I think since it's like the holiday season and all that, I feel like more people are like stressed around that time. So I feel like people would like do drugs or like alcohol and stuff, and that would cause more accidents or like deaths around this time than usual.
Yep. Okay, and because of marijuana too. That's why she didn't limit it and say drinking and driving. That's why she said drugged, because of the marijuana use as well.
Sorry, I only mentioned the drunk.
Right. Yeah. Okay. But that's why she used drugged, because it covers all of them. Any type of impairment, including prescription drugs. Okay. Because there's many prescription drugs that when somebody takes and they're supposed to take them, it says right on, do not drive a car. Okay. So if somebody drives a car under the influence of that medication and they get in a car accident or drive recklessly, all right, they're breaking the law. Okay. Even though they're supposed to have that prescription drug, they're not supposed to drive with it because it's the impairment. Yeah.
It's like I just realized from the magician thing, I had such a hard time coming up with a country, and it's like I have like this little like ball right here with all of the countries on it.
Okay, that could have helped you with the magic magician, Mr. Joel, right, with the elephant. So excellent, very good. All right, awesome. So that gives us a couple ideas when we're starting to think about what kind of project we want to do when it comes to distracted driving. So keep your notes on the key points of the messages you want to make sure that you get across. Our next session, session 4, will be January 14th, and that's when we are going to dive into how to plan a project, because there's certain steps that you have to do in order to plan a project. So between now and then, start thinking about what kind of project you want to do. Okay, so maybe it is that music video, maybe it, maybe it is another type of video, or a speech, or something for the radio, poster, a bunch of different things. I know one of the things that I'm looking for in SLS is I want a billboard. Okay, so if you have a great message that has to do with safe driving, and you have a graphic to go with it, I want to put up a billboard on the side of the road giving credit to the student that does it from SLS. So when you're driving down the road, we can see your message. That is what I want and what I'm looking for. So if you have any ideas or any talent like that, it can be a billboard, go for it. Okay, great thing to put on your resume, great thing to be proud of. You can have that everywhere. So just a couple ideas.
How much does a billboard cost?
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Yep. But because SLS is a nonprofit, we get a good deal on billboards. So it's very doable. I haven't got the right student created thing for the billboard yet, but I want one. I would love to have billboards for SLS to advertise what you students are doing.